We're going to review the approach of defining and deploying a strategy map. I like this quote by Robert Kaplan. Process improvement programs are like teaching people how to fish. Strategy maps and scorecards teach people where to fish. Clearly defined, communicated strategic direction and objectives are critical to the performance and success of an organization. A strategy map is an approach to define, document, communicate, and cascade the organization's strategies. It's a graphical diagram which was presented by Robert Kaplan and David Norton in the mid-1990s in association with the Balanced Scorecard. A strategy map may be developed and deployed for a corporation, a business, a function, or department to set and communicate strategic objectives. It may be developed, then cascaded from the top level of the organization, with each subsequent level having a strategy map and scorecards supporting the next level up. The sections and elements of a strategy map include the header, the purpose, why the organization exists, the vision, where the organization wants to be in the future, the mission, how the organization will work toward the vision. Then there's the body of the strategy map, the categories. First is finance, the financial strategic objectives, then customer, those customer strategic objectives, and internal processes, what are those strategic objectives? And around learning and growth, what would be the strategic objectives? You may customize strategy maps and use variations of the 4 categories, but there's a lane or row on a strategy map as defined for each category, and each category will typically consist of 3 to 5 strategic objectives, depending on the level of the strategy map within the organization. Strategic objectives support and flow to the next higher lane on the strategy map. And finally, the footer of the strategy map. That'll include the key and core values of the organization. So this is an example of the template we use for the strategy map that's in the toolbox you may be able to download. The process would be to first assemble a team of participants. They're briefed and come prepared to engage in this strategic mapping session. We'll define the organization's purpose, vision, mission, and values. We'll define the organization's specific categories or use the 4 standard categories that we've already described. We'll create an organizational level SIPOC with critical to customer characteristics. We'll conduct an organizational SWOT analysis for which the strategy map will represent. We'll define 3 to 5 strategic objectives for each category. We'll conduct force field analysis for each strategic objectives. Then we'll develop scorecards for each strategic objective. We'll define initiatives and projects to achieve each objective. We'll document sections and elements of the strategy map, and then execute, communicate, manage, and cascade and measure each strategy map and supporting strategic objectives. This is an example of the visual form of the strategy map, one that may be posted or shared with other departments or groups. A strategy map may be used as an input to cascading and balanced scorecards, as well as project selection and prioritization. While progress on strategic objectives should be managed, measured, and communicated regularly, they should be reassessed, revised, and communicated on an annual basis as part of the ongoing planning process. You have access to download complimentary Excel toolboxes containing many tools and templates used in the various types of initiatives as listed here. You can find these at valuegenerationpartners.com, then select the Downloads page to access the Excel toolboxes. I wish you much success in using proven tools and techniques to achieve your desired goals and outcomes.